This is a video showing the power on connection and initialization and tracking of an AT401 absolute tracker, serial number 391117. We have the absolute tracker mounted on a quick-set stand connected to a laptop computer with Tracker Pilot, and we have an AT controller involved in it. Let's start by bringing up Tracker Pilot on the computer. You can see when we're ready to connect to it, it'll be an AT401 391117. Now let's move over to the AT controller. We'll press the power button on. It'll take a few moments for the screen to advance. And you can see we're now beginning the process of booting up the system. The beeps in the background are the tracker recognizing the AT controller. You can see a couple of lights have come on, but we're still in the process of booting the system. So we'll stay concentrated on the AT controller for now. And the booting's been completed, and we're connected to 391117. We can scroll through a couple of these screens. Both batteries are filled. We're looking at the air temperature, etc. Everything's leveled, and we're back to 391117. And we have the tracker targeted on a 1.5 inch red ring reflector. Going back to the computer, let's go to the 391117 and we will connect to it. The next step after we connect will be to initialize it. And we've connected as demonstrated by the red DRO screen. Stepping back, once again we have our tracker, computer, AT controller. Now we'll go back to the computer and we'll pick the icon for initializing the tracker. Now let's begin initializing. While it initializes, we'll stay focused on the tracker head. As it begins its initialization routine. Once again, it's locked on to a red ring reflector that we placed in its beam path. As you can see, it's still initializing. When initialization is complete, this screen will turn green, and as we move the reflector, the values will change. We're looking at a DRO screen. And we now have a lock on it. Initialization is completed. Screen is turned green. Initialization is completed on the AT controller. We'll scroll through. Now we'll step back for a minute, and I broke the beam path, so things turned red momentarily. We'll take the right-wing reflector, bring it a little bit closer to the computer so I can continue the video. Now as we move the reflector, you'll see the angles and distances change as it tracks. And that completes our demonstration of the AT401.